Good day everyone, I am Cesar Jane B. Pacalanan, and today I am going to report about the students with emotional and behavioral disorders. So, an emotional and behavioral disorder is an emotional disability characterized by the following: an inability to build or maintain satisfactory interpersonal relationships with peers or teachers. These children and youth are referred as emotionally disturbed, socially maladjusted, with emotional and behavioral disorders, or simply with behavior problem. So at the end of this chapter, the students should be able to first explain the concept on personality development, adaptive and maladaptive behavior, define the terms emotional and behavioral disorders and delinquency, enumerate and explain the etiological factors and potential cause, enumerate and describe the classification of emotional and behavioral disorders, enumerate and discuss the characteristics of children with emotional and behavioral disorders, enumerate and discuss the etiological factors and causes of emotional and behavioral disorders, describe the assessment tools and procedures in identifying this type of children, enumerate and describe the educational approaches for this type of children, and design a simple intervention program for a student with emotional and behavioral disorder. Now we will proceed to the Fear in the Playground by Reader's Digest, February 2003. The following article on bullying written by Lam Lai Ching shows how serious the problem has become in Asia. Research shows that bullied children often fail to focus on their studies. Juan Reyes summoned up all his courage as he walked through the yards of his Manila Secondary School in November 2001. An older, larger boy had been picking on a 12-year-old for weeks. He had teased Juan mercilessly, calling him crybaby in front of the other kids. Now, Juan finally decided to confront the bully. The bully responded by grabbing him by the collar and shaking him. A brief fist fight ensued before a school employee broke them up. Moments later, the bully clutched his chest and fell to the ground dead. An autopsy later revealed the boy had died of a heart attack, brought on by an undiagnosed heart condition. Weeping and covered in bruises, Juan told an investigator after the fight, "He kept on teasing me. This is the only time I stood up for myself, and look what happened." Juan was charged with homicide and jailed for 3 days before he was released on bail. The case is pending. According to an inclusive Reader's Digest poll of 2,500 parents of secondary school children in 5 cities, bullying is all too common in Asia. Nearly 1 in 5 respondents know of bullying incident at their child's school in the past year. Almost 60% felt bullying was a serious problem generally. The problem appears to be particularly pronounced in Manila, where 1 in 4% said that there had been bullying at their child's school at the past year. Indeed, 1 in 8 Manila parents, their own child had been bullied in the past 12 months, double the number for Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. Just as disturbing are the effects of bullying revealed on our poll. 15% of the bullied children suffered physical injuries and 27% needed counseling. Progress at school was affected for 1/3 of the bullying victims. For the second article, during recess one day, 12-year-old Singapore student Cecilia Chan was confronted by 2 classmates, a boy and a girl. They taunted her, stole school supplies from her, demanded that she buy snacks for them every day. For 3 months, Cecilia bought the snacks with her own pocket money. She became depressed and her schoolwork began to suffer. In desperation, she called TikTok Friend, the only children's hotline in Singapore. We persuaded her to tell her parents and teacher, and taught her how to confident and strong about it, said Medical Friend Coordinator Christian Apado. Cecilia's parents called her school and a meeting was arranged with parents of the bullies. The bullies later apologized, paid back the money for the snacks and underwent counseling. Cecilia and the girl who tormented her even became friends. Instead of parents and teachers acting alone to help children being bullied, it is important to adopt a whole school approach to the problem, says Nayaga, chairman of Shelter Home in Kuala Lumpur, an organization that counsels children and help victims of abuse. So now we will proceed to the effective steps to beat the bullies. For children, do not show distress. It gives the bully an emotional payoff. Second, don't be witness. If you see bullying happening, walk away. It implies disapproval and weakens the bully's position by removing an essential audience. For parents, first, build self-confidence. A bullied child often feels somehow to blame for the situation. A healthy self-esteem allows them to behave in a positive but controlled manner. Many children don't know how to stand up for themselves without fighting back. Practice facing some of fears that stem from a lack of self-confidence. Second, strengthen friendship. Encourage children to make new friends who can give moral support. Going for swimming or karate classes gives kids a chance to make new friends but can also build up child's social skills and confidence. Friendships have a huge impact on mental health and happiness. Good friends relieve stress, provide comfort and joy, and prevent loneliness and isolation. And lastly is seek expert help. First, make an appointment to see your child's teacher and bring a written report of the bullying incidents and set a mutually agreed time limit for action to take the effect. Positive thinking helps with stress management and can even improve your health. And that would be all. Thank you and God bless.